It is 6:48. This is your morning in 8 minutes. The man accused of stabbing and killing his co-worker in Pigeon Forge will go to trial today.
It happened at the Sunliner Diner on the Parkway in 2020. Gabriel Tertius is accused of stabbing Savannah Burford more than 20 times. He was 18 years old at the time of his arrest in January of 2020. He worked with Burford at the diner. We spoke to Savannah's mother back then. She witnessed the attack and told us there was concern before it happened.
He has been stalking her and harassing her. She has made it clear to
and
the owners.
made it aggressive. He's been being very aggressive, and then she's scared, and nobody did anything.
According to warrants, Tertius admitted to thinking about stabbing Burford for several days before the crime actually took place. He's charged with first-degree murder. That trial starts this morning in Sevier County. And new this morning, police are looking for 5 men who ran from deputies after being denied entry at a gun range on Lovell Road.
Employees suspected the men were under the influence. Loudoun County officers say they led police on a chase, hit several cars before crashing at the intersection of Paw Paw Plains and 321. Everyone in the car ran off. Police believe they could be as far as Chattanooga.
And this morning, a Knoxville police officer is recovering. He says a suspect drove into oncoming traffic while he was in the back seat.
Well, a Michigan man is now facing federal charges. Police say 35-year-old Michael Harris was acting suspicious at a gun show at the Knoxville Expo Center over the weekend, so officers followed him to a nearby gas station. When they pulled him over, one officer started searching his van. That's when Harris got back into the car and drove away with the officer still inside, eventually crashing into another car on Clinton Highway near Pleasant Ridge Road. Harris then tried to run, but deputies caught him. The officer is now recovering from a broken arm. And a Knoxville police officer is back on the job after being suspended for taking evidence to his home.
Officer Travis Schuler was suspended 2 days. A KPD investigation says in May of last year, he took blood home from a crash investigation and stored it in his refrigerator. When asked why he did it, Schuler told investigators he was concerned about traffic on the day he received the vials from UT Medical Center. He has since been reassigned to a new unit in the department. And KPD is investigating a possible road rage shooting that sent one person to the hospital. It all started Friday night near the entrance of the Sharps Ridge Memorial Park. A man says as he was leaving, an SUV pulled out in front of him. The man admits to tailgating the SUV. He told police when he turned onto Pembroke Road, a person in the SUV fired at him, hitting him in the leg. The SUV then fled on Ludlow Avenue. No one's been arrested. Police believe that SUV was a Ford. And right now, investigators are working to figure out what caused an elevator to fall 11 floors at a Knoxville apartment complex.
Now, thankfully, no one was inside the elevator when it fell. This happened at the Westview Tower Apartments right behind Westtown Mall. The elevator was in service at the time of the fall. And Knoxville fire crews tell us no one's hurt, but it could have been a much different story if somebody was on board. A second elevator in the building is now being used.
And new details this morning. Court documents claim a Gatlinburg priest admitted to sexually assaulting a woman.
Despite the confession, the diocese allowed him to remain in his position as priest of St. Mary's Catholic Church for 2 years. Now there's a lawsuit against the Diocese of Knoxville and Father Anthony Punicle. According to the suit, the victim reported that Punicle's assault to law enforcement, who then alerted the diocese about it, but Punicle continued to work there. In January, a grand jury indicted him on sexual battery charges for the same incident. A diocese spokesperson says they will not be commenting on the suit until it's resolved.
And a Knoxville woman okay this morning after a tree landed on her home in North Knoxville, trapping her. Take a look at the images. Sherry Kirby tells us she woke up Tuesday morning to half of her house caving in. Knoxville Fire says they had to rescue Kirby through the basement. For now, she's just worried about what she can salvage from a home she and her late husband built 55 years ago. And right now, investigators trying to figure out how a fire started destroying the Ocoee Whitewater Rafting Center in Polk County. The blaze engulfed about 90% of the building before crews arrived. Good news, no one is hurt. This was the site of the canoe and kayak competitions during the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. Community leaders say 300,000 people a year visited the center, and losing it will be a major economic hit.
Happening today, the Knox County Board of Education is holding a special session to vote on Superintendent Bob Thomas's proposed budget for the next school year.
It includes raises for staff. It would give a 4% raise to teachers and an 8% raise for other workers like custodians, educational assistants, and clerical staff. Today's meeting will get started at 5 o'clock in the Summer Place complex off Walnut Street across from Wall Avenue.
And there are hundreds of jobs available in Tennessee. You can get hired today and be on the job by tomorrow. Randstad is holding a walk-in job fair. They're looking to fill manufacturing, logistics, electronics, and warehouse positions. This is a weekly event happening every Wednesday. It's from 9 until 2 o'clock at their West Knoxville location on Suburban Road. You'll need to bring 2 forms of ID and you don't need to register. Well, it's an event that some people wait a really long time to get a spot for. The Synchronous Fireflies will be lighting the night sky at Elkmont, and now you have a chance to see the show. You can get a spot by entering a lottery. You can sign up for this Friday through next Tuesday. Everybody has a chance. Only 800 passes will be given out this year. The opportunity to see the Fireflies will be Friday, June 3rd through June 10th.
And we do have a traffic alert for you this morning. Heads up if you use Paper Mill Drive. A section of the road is closed right now as KUB is blocking off westbound lanes from Coleman Road to Kalmia Road for water system repairs. This is just north of I-40 before Hollywood Road. Flaggers will keep traffic moving until 5 o'clock tonight.
And getting a look at your first alert, a traffic and overturned vehicle on I-81 in Greene County, closing all southbound lanes near Lonesome Pine Trail. You're going to want to get off Van Hill Road, use Horton Hill Highway to Gap Creek Road as your alternate if you are traveling this way, as all of the southbound lanes of the interstate are closed. Now, that's the only incident we're following right now. Heads up that road work does continue on Newfound Gap Road. This is taking place from Chimneys Picnic to Newfound Gap. This work is Mondays through Fridays, 7 a.m. to noon.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
5 minutes to 7 now on this chilly morning. Again, frost advisories in effect out on the plateau, Tennessee, Kentucky line. Stray frost just possible down into sheltered spots in the valley. But obviously these higher elevations like Newfound Gap right now, running cooler with that mostly clear sky, though. We all share a beautiful view, but there's that difference of 35 Newfound Gap coming down the mountain, 37 Sevierville to 40 in Andersonville, 36 in Clinton, 43 Loudon to Knoxville, 39 in Dandridge. So, you get some low 40s still springing up into spots in the valley. Then you get more mid 30s outlining the valley, even 33 Sneedville to 37 in Huntsville and Crossville. But a clear sky. We're going to keep it clear all day today. Light cool breeze out of the north is what's kicking around those low 40s still in the valley and will make us feel cooler. So if we can stick to the sunshine when that fully comes up, that'll help us out as we warm up to 59 at noon. High today 68, so still a cooler day, but sunshine really does make a big difference. If you're going to be outdoors, just keep in mind that pollen counts go back up. We at least washed away all the excess pollen sticking to everything, but the tree pollen really just starts pumping right back out. They loved the rain, and now today's sun. At least today's sun will start to dry out some of the mold that's still gradually coming down as we have very dry conditions for now. Really tomorrow too, looking and feeling pretty good, but notice the humidity climbs up along with the heat, and then of course rain chances. It is all related in your first alert 8-day planner. We've got more for you coming up in the next hour on the CW.
All right, if you see me with a little
Thing on my nose to stop the tree pollen from getting in me.
There's other ways.
You could wear a mask or use allergy meds or
Local
live in a
honey,
bubble,
stay
whatever you do.
inside.
All right, we'll see you on WBXX. Have a good day.